See, when we don't have equality and things upset us, we get so lost in the emotion that we lose all clarity of vision. So Sri Aurobindo is saying equality is to look at all things with clarity, to not get lost in emotion, and to look at them without personal bias, without a personal feeling of you're doing it to me, that you're doing it to me. For example, if somebody tells you some harsh words, if you're poised in equanimity, you can also see that those words are legitimate. But if you're not poised in equanimity, you won't see even if there's truth in those words. You will just bring in the personal bias, the person's just saying it because he wants to make me wrong. But maybe sometimes it's not that. Maybe there is a truth in the criticism. But because you get so egoistic about it and so unequal in yourself, you don't see the truth in it. It means self-mastery over the vital movements, anger and sensitiveness and pride, as well as desire and the rest, not to let them get hold of the emotional being and disturb the inner peace, not to speak and act in the rush and impulsion of these things, always to act and speak out of a calm inner poise of the spirit. It is not easy to have this equality in any full perfect measure, but one should always try more and more to make it the basis of one's inner state and outer movements. Equality means another thing, to have an equal view of men and their nature and acts and the forces that move them. It helps one to see the truth about them by pushing away from the mind all personal feeling in one's seeing and judgment, and even all the mental bias. See, if you see two people interacting, you can see it with clarity. But if you are one of the two people interacting, your personal feeling will always distort the truth, isn't it? So it's always good to be a third person even in your interactions. I'm feeling bad because it was said to me, but suppose it was said to her, would I still blame that person saying it so much? Just because it's said to me, why does the ego make everything so big? The same thing said to another and I'm witnessing it, I won't think it's so bad. Personal feeling always distorts and makes one see in men's actions not only the actions themselves but things behind them more often than not which are not there. Because it's said to me, I'll imagine all kinds of things which weren't intended. Misunderstanding, misjudgment which could have been avoided are the result. Things of small consequence assume larger proportions. I have seen that more than half of the untoward happenings of this kind in life are due to this cause. But in ordinary life, personal feeling and sensitiveness are constant part of human nature and may be needed there for self-defense, although I think even there a strong, large and equal attitude towards men and things would be a much better line of defense. But for a sadhak to surmount them and live rather in the calm strength of the spirit is an essential part of his progress. Yogic samata is equality of soul, equanimity founded on the sense of the one self, the one divine everywhere, seeing the one in spite of all differences, degrees, disparities and the manifestations. Equality is the term of consciousness which brings into the whole of our being the nature of the eternal tranquility of the infinite. Moreover, it's a condition of securely and perfectly divine action. And so too we shall have the same equality of mind and soul towards all happenings, painful or pleasurable, very, very difficult. But that's what Gurudev asks us to do, to have the same equality of mind and soul towards happening painful or pleasurable. So, I mean, if we go by the role model he himself gave us, I think I told you this a few classes back on 24th November 1926, Siddhi Day. We all know that Krishna consciousness descended into Sri Aurobindo, right? And this story goes that after it happened, everywhere people were saying all kinds of things, and mother went to his room and said that Krishna consciousness descended today. So Sri Aurobindo was just unmoved, looking into space like a Himalaya of peace and saying, yes, now let's see what happens. Not jumping, not saying, oh wow, nothing like that. For an event of that magnitude which has never happened on earth before. And he was the Aadhar for it, but calm, undisturbed, not excited, not jumping about it. That's the whole thing. If we jump a lot about the good things, to that extent we'll go low when bad things happen. I'm not saying don't enjoy them, but if we get super excited about them, that excitement brings an attachment to them. And then when we get attached to them, when they are not there, the opposite of it is there, that's how low you'll go. So not too, see, there's that beautiful line in Rudyard Kipling's poem, If all men count with you, but none too much. Our problem is some people count too much, we give them too much importance, and we dislike some people too much. Now in sadhana, respect every human being as an Aadhar of God, but not too much attachment to one, not too much repulsion to the other. If all men count with you, but none too much. So he's saying, and so too we shall have the same equality of mind and soul towards all happenings, painful or pleasurable, defeat and success, honor and disgrace, good repute and ill repute, good fortune and ill fortune. For in all happenings we shall see the will of the Master of all. This is your will. That's all. How beautiful when things go wrong. I can just tell mother, okay mother, it's your will, there must be something good in this also.